Hello everyone, this is part 4 of my Discord bots guide, and in today's video we're going to be going over the Carl bot, all of its best features and commands that it offers, and how to set them up in your Discord server. Firstly, before we could do anything, we have to go to the bot's affiliated website, and in this case it'll be carl.gg. I'll have this linked in the description below so you can follow along, but basically we'll just click on the website to continue. Once you're on the website, it'll look something similar to this, and all you're going to do is click the login with Discord option. Once you do that, you'll be asked to basically verify yourself, and you'll be automatically logged in to your Discord account, depending if you're already logged in onto the Discord app in the browser. From here, you'll choose the server that you'd like to edit. In this case, I'll choose my Carl bot server for the sake of this tutorial. You'll add the bot to the server by simply choosing the server down below and clicking continue. Then you'll choose the permissions that the bot needs, and then you'll click authorize, verify yourself, and the bot will join your server. As you can see, the bot has joined our server, so the very first thing we're going to do is give the bots role that we have created in our server. So let's quickly create a bots role. We will change the color. Of course, if you already have a bots role created, then you could use that instead, but we'll just create one temporarily and give it to the bot. Now that we've done that, if we go back to the website, we can now get started with this bot. So you just click get started, and it'll go through this little tutorial section on setting up your bot for the first time. So this very first section is the general section, and it'll choose the prefixes that you'd like to have for this bot. Now, personally, I don't think you should have many prefixes. I would just keep it to 1 or 2, just simply so then there's only one way to run the command instead of having like 15 different ways to actually run a command with 15 different prefixes. So that should be fine, so let's just click next. Then we could choose a welcome message if you would like. So let's say we want to choose a custom welcome message. We can now select a welcome channel to send this message in. So before we can continue with this, we'll have to create a welcome channel. So if we go back to our Discord server, we could create a channel and just call it welcome. Of course, if you already have a welcome channel, then that will be much easier for you. And you could obviously organize your channels a lot better than mine because this is a brand new server. Once you have that channel created, let's just refresh the page here. Then we'll choose it again and choose the welcome channel that we just created. Then you could actually make the welcome message that you want. So in this case, we could use variables such as user and server to mention the user or to mention the server. And there's probably other ones as well, but just list them here. So we'll just do this. We'll just do welcome and curly brace user to the server. And then we'll just ping the server, and then that's about it. So you keep it simple like that. You could add a lot more obviously, but this is just an example. And then we'll click next for that to save. Then it'll want to set up reaction rules. Now there's different options or templates for common used reaction rules such as colors or pronouns or platforms and stuff like that. So let's just do platforms for example, because that's a pretty basic one. And then we can choose the message that the title should say. So we could just keep it on the default, what platform do you game on? But instead we'll just do what platform do you use? And then you could choose the channel for this to be posted in. Now we don't have a self-roles channel, so let's quickly create one. Once again, we'll go back to the server, click create channel, call it self-roles, create the channel. Of course, give it proper permissions so then no one can view it. So just as an example, if you want to do that, just go to permissions of the channel. Make it so everyone can view the channel, but they cannot send messages, and they can read message history, and also remove the ability to add reactions since it is a self-roles channel. So now we could choose the channel that we just created, the self-roles. You could choose the color should the embed accent have. So this is basically like the little side tab of the embed and which color you'd like that to have. So you could create a custom color. So let's just do a bright green. And then next is, it says, alright, a message will be posted to hashtag self-roles with these roles. Now I'm assuming, I guess the bot creates the roles for you. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so it is creating the roles for you. So it does choose the basic roles that most people would use. So as you can see, we created a really nice PC role, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and mobile role automatically for you. So now if we want to get one of these roles, of course, that we just set up, we could just click on the reaction. And as you can see, I just got given the PC role. Now, of course, in the settings, you could go into the roles and edit how the permissions are laid out, and you could also, move the roles around depending which roles you want to be above what. Of course, you'll have probably a lot more roles in your server already created, since I'm assuming you already have a server created and you're adding this bot to your already created server. So from there, we're going to go to the next section, which is the moderation section. We could choose a mute role, and now we don't have a mute role created, so let's go do that. And as well as there is also a thing to set the mod logs channel. So this is the same as logs, like other bots like Dino and Sapphire offer. So we'll want to create a logs channel and a mute role. So back in the server here, let's create a logs channel. Let's make it logs, and let's add a books emoji, just cause I like to do that. And then we'll just move it down to, well, let's make a new category. We'll just call this one staff, and we'll move it down to the bottom here. We'll edit the permissions, make it so everyone cannot view it at all, and cannot view a message history. So now users cannot view it, and only staff members can. And then let's quickly create a muted role. So let's just create role. We'll call this one muted. We'll save the changes. Leave it on the bottom. That's totally fine. Make sure not to have it display roles members separately unless you want people to know who is muted. It's just a lot easier to just have it as like a blank sort of role with no color. Now that we have that, we can now choose the muted role that we created and choose the logs channel for the mod logs to be posted. And the last section is the auto mod section. So you could choose if you want to have auto moderation on. So there's a few options here. There's minimal, so it has auto mutes. Medium, so it will keep your server in a nice state, or high. So if you want high maintenance in your server. So it's your choice, whichever level you choose. It'll probably choose a variety of different auto moderations for your server based on the option. I'll just go medium for now, and we'll see basically what else you could do. So we could go to the dashboard now by clicking this button here, and now we could really edit the rest of the things that we just set up. So let's just go back into the things that we did set up and see what we can actually edit. So the first section is the auto mod section. So we could quickly choose the logs channel that we already created for the moderation things to be logged in, but instead we'll also log things that are auto modded, such as bad words and bad links and all that. So we'll save that. Since we put on the medium thing, it already set up automatically a bunch of different auto moderation settings for your server. So it already set up, like, spam, mention spam, attachment spam, caps threshold, swearing, and bad links and all of that. So those are already set up. So we don't have to worry about that because we went through that basic setting. So this is basically all set up already just because we clicked that medium option. But if you did a lighter option, then of course you'll have to create all of these again yourself. And then the moderation tab here, we've already selected the logs channel as it to be moderated, and it already selected all the main things to be logged, or the main events to be logged for this section. So we already have all these sections checked off, but if you don't want one of these things to be logged in this channel, then of course you can uncheck it. But I would highly recommend that you keep at least most of these on, because the more things that you have logged in your logs channel, the better I find. Because why not have more things logged, more things to look at in case you are investigating whatever issue in your server. The rest of the settings on this page are basically just going over bans and warns and mutes and all that, and just setting, if you DM them or not, and all that sort of stuff, and if you have to have a reason or an action. So these are just basic settings that you could do for the muting and kicking and all that stuff if you really want to, but leaving it on the default setting is totally fine as well. The next one is logging. Now this is, it all ties into the logging channel, but this is basically for the rest of the logging stuff. So we're already logging all the bans and stuff like that, and all the auto moderation things that happen, but why not mod or log all the rest of the stuff? So we will choose the default log channel here. We will confirm that. We don't need to change all of these log channels because we already have the default one set up. And then we could choose the events that are logged. So we could do channel creation, channel updated, might as well turn all these on, all the roles stuff, member joins and all that, deleted messages, and all that sort of stuff, name changes. So we could just have pretty much all these on. Joining and leaving voice channels, that one you don't need on. There's not many reasons why you would want to know that. But if you do want it on, you might as well turn it on. So you basically choose all the different things that you want here. And the next one is auto roles. So these are things that are given to members that are newly joined in the server. So we could choose, such as we could choose, well, we don't have a member role, so let's quickly create a member role. So we'll go back in our server, server settings, roles, create role. We will call it member. Let's make it green, why not? We'll leave it on the bottom, that's totally fine, and display it separately from other members. And then if we go back to our bot, we can now choose the auto role here. You can choose member and click save. So now people that join the server and of course finishes the any sort of community setup that they have, like onboarding and stuff, once they finish that, then will be automatically given the member role. And like I've said in previous videos, make sure to have at least 2 bots in your Discord server that has auto roles on if you are giving people a member role, just in case one of them is offline or lags out and bugs out and doesn't give them the role. Then you will be sure to have the member actually get the role, no matter what happens, in case one of those bugs does happen. So it's just an extra precaution, so I just suggest having it on 2 different bots. The next thing here is the welcome channel. Now we already set it up, but as you can see, as I mentioned before, there are different variables you could use, and it didn't list them. But over here now we can actually see what they are. So as you can see, there's like mention the user, mention the server, mention the user with the proper format and all that stuff. You can choose that. We already set the channel and the welcome message, but you could also set the leave message. So let's say, user has left the server. I don't know. You can do whatever you like for that. And then DM on join. This is if you want a separate welcome message aside from this one, but another one that gets sent to them on joining. Now, DM messages on joining, kind of annoying. I do get annoyed getting DM'd when I join a server. But whatever, you could have it on. It's not terrible, especially if you want to tell them something very important when they join the server, like read the rules. That's a very important thing to have. But it's your choice, of course. And then they also have this cool feature to build an embed for the welcome message. So you can click the, I already clicked it, but basically the show embed builder section. And you could choose the name of the embed, the title and description. You could change the, you could add images, and you could also add the fields as always. And click save as well to create an embed for this welcome message. So you call this whatever you like. You call this welcome, make a random description, add a couple fields here. Let's say this is, I don't know, field 1 and field 2, because they will be, so basically fields, if you're not familiar, is it's basically just like columns, like one column here and one column here, and then this is the title of that column, and then the title of the second column, and then the description and the description, kind of thing like that. So something similar to that. And so yeah, and you also choose the color, of course, of the side of the embed. As you can see on the side here, it is changing color, so you can make it whatever color you'd like. So next section, which we've already set up, is reaction roles. Now, of course, you clicked a template, at least at the start, I clicked a template, but if you want to create your custom one and you don't want to use one of their templates already made, then of course you could just click this create new reaction role section here, and you could choose to either post an embed. Well, I think you'd always want to choose to post an embed, so we'll just keep it on that. And you'll choose the channel, of course, so self roles, enter some content, so like, just say like, let's say these are colors, and then we'll just do pick your favorite color. Of course, you could use like bold in here, and all the other Discord things that they offer, or you could also just use the embed builder that CarlBot already has, and we've used for the welcome messages, and just create a nice embed message instead. And then once all that's done, then you could add the emojis for the reaction roles. So let's just say you have 3 emojis. I don't know why one is a poop, but that's whatever. And then you could choose the, of course, you could choose the roles that are associated with these for the reactions. And then you could choose the, well, basically the, like which roles can, or which members with which roles can actually get these self roles and all that sort of extra stuff, or you could blacklist members, of course, and then you'll just basically click create. Now, I didn't really create much, so there's not going to be much here, and also you won't even get a role because, well, actually, well, you will get a role because I gave roles that already exist, set them to it, but so that's basically how you use it, though. You create your own message, and then and then it posts here, and you could choose your custom emojis and all that. It's not the best system compared to other ones, but it's pretty similar, and it does its job. So as long as you do it right and you do it with enough time, you can make it look really good with a nice embed. Sadly, the next section would have been the levels section, which a lot of bots offer. But sadly, this is a paid feature on CarlBot, so we cannot include that in this video. But if you do want leveling system in your server, please check out my video on the Arcane bot or on the Sapphire bot for some great leveling bots that's totally free that you could use on your Discord server instead. The last section on CarlBot that I want to highlight that is very cool, I guess you could say, and very helpful that some other bots offer, but not a lot of bots. Not every single bot offers this. Is their embed builder it's an own section basically for sending custom embeds wherever you want in your server. So we have an embed builder here, and it'll be the same thing. You'll create a name and description and all that. But the good thing is you have a preview here, so you can see exactly what it looks like on the side here. So we choose the color. We could add some fields here. So let's just say this is field 1. Okay, I need to toggle this. This is field 2, field 3, description. And we can see how it's looking. It looks, we can see all the fields here, and you can choose inline, so then they're all like columns, like I mentioned earlier. So look at that. They're nice columns there. We could add a footer and well, we can't add a footer icon. And then we could also choose a date. So let's just choose a date here. And we can see that it all is displayed here. So of course you would have real text here, not fake gibberish. But this is basically what it would look like. And it's really cool how you could preview it live as you're editing the text on the left. And if you have it all set up and all filled out, you could choose the channel you'd like to post it in, such as general, and then just click post, and it'll post it in that chat. So as you can see, we just posted the terrible embed that we just made. But you can see it totally works, and it's very useful. And the other good thing I'd like to also add is that there is an edit embed option, so you can have the ability to edit already sent embeds with the CarlBot. So all you have to do is just get the message link. So we'll just go back to the server here, right-click on this, and then copy. Actually, we'll right-click on this, and then copy the message link here, and then we can actually just paste it in. Click edit. There we go, and it'll fill out all the fields for you, which not every bot, at least that I know, actually fills out the things for you. Some of them actually make you retype it all in and then edit it afterwards. But this one does the liberty of actually filling it out for you. So all you have to do is just, if you want to make a simple little change, like add an exclamation mark somewhere, you could just paste it in and click edit, and then just click update, and it'll actually edit here. And as you can see, it edited the exclamation mark into it. Anyways, guys, that's basically CarlBot in a nutshell. Of course, you could go very more deep into the bot in terms of customization with the different things that it offers. In terms of things that it offers a wide amount of things. This is definitely one of those top bots out there, but sadly, compared to some of the other ones that I've done tutorials on, it's not necessarily the greatest and not necessarily the most easiest to work with, I guess you could say. Their UI is a little bit iffy. I do prefer like Sapphire's UI and Dino's UI a little bit more. So in that case, I will have to give this bot's rating. I will give it a rating of a 7 out of 10. No more than that, not a 7.5, because it's just not as good, especially considering that it doesn't even offer leveling roles or leveling system for free, which is pretty sad considering that a lot of other bots actually offer that for free. So that is a downside. So if you're looking for an overall bot, CarlBot, of course, is definitely a usable pick. And many users do use it. As you can see, it's in 10 million servers, so a lot of people use this bot. But there are other bots out there, and I would highly recommend that you should check out my Sapphire bot tutorial, as well as my Dino bot tutorial, because they do offer a little bit more than this bot does, I think, especially in terms of just everything is a lot more easier to actually work with and set up. Anyways, that is the end of this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Of course, if I missed anything important or you want a little bit more detail on anything that I've touched in this video or in any other video, please join my Discord server. It is in the link in the description below. And another thing, if you would like to support this channel any further, I guess you could say, then please consider joining and becoming a member on my YouTube channel, as it does help a lot, and it supports me, supports future videos. Also, make sure to subscribe. We are on track, I guess, for 1,000 subscribers now, so hopefully we could hit that goal sometime. And I will see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a suggestion in my Discord server. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.